Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome back to the van build. I'm so happy to have you here because we are making some progress. We have ourselves an electrical system, we have a bed frame, a ceiling that's halfway torn down, don't mind that, a kitchen counter structure, and most recently, plumbing. Now onto my favorite part of construction, back to electrical. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel to follow along this van building journey with me as I hook up the electrical components of my plumbing system and see if this actually works. I have these switch covers, and this will be my switch for both my gray water tank pump and my water tank pump, and they almost fit perfectly inside of the switch. Not close enough. So I have this giant drill bit that I'm going to drill in, make this hole a tiny bit bigger, so hopefully it will fit this switch and I'll be able to mount it like this. Moment of truth. Oh, it's a little too small. Take two. No, maybe I should try from the back. Okay, so now that I have my switches with an outlet cover, I have my blue boxes to put the wiring in, but before I can get to the electrical, me and Trin just concocted a plan, combined our two ideas on how to mount this onto the cabinet. Hopefully it turns out good. Let's get to jigsawing. I did this on my first try. I didn't even have to go back and forth. One more. Okay, so I think we are having the hottest summer on record in Louisiana. That's not a fact at all, but just by pure feeling, it's so hot. It is currently 8 o'clock in the morning right now. I fed the chickens, I fed the ducks, and I'm in my van. I'm going to try to get some work done before it gets too hot, break for the whole day, and then come back around like 7 o'clock at night. I hope to wire everything I need to wire today. My fridge, my gray water pump, and my water pump. So last time you saw me, I had just painted this little plate and I put in my switch and I have my blue box in the back. So the great idea with this is to put it right here against this cabinet, and since most of this space right here is not going to be utilized for a drawer because of all the plumbing, I was thinking about maybe putting like a little curtain and just having this covered and have the switches right here for the water and for the gray water. So that's the idea for that. I have 18 gauge wire to go from the gray water pump to the switch to the fuse box, and I have 14 gauge wire for the fridge and for my water pump. I think first things first, I'm going to go ahead and wire my fridge. I feel like that's the easiest because there's no switches. It's just going directly from the fridge through the cabinet to my 12-volt fuse box. Okay, and I got my butt slices that I used for my electrical video for all of the lights. They are for 22 to 16 AUG, so this is 18, that'll do. Is it 18 or is it 14? Oh no, it's 14. I think it'll still work though. Got it. Let's see if this fits in this connector. Ooh, I got it. Now we're gonna crimp it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, now to this wire. This is the wire to the fridge. Already pre-stripped. I just did my first piece. I don't know if you guys remember, but I thoroughly enjoy electrical work as long as it works out. If I do all of this and it doesn't work, that's when I get frustrated. But I'm an expert now, so it should work, right? Next piece. I just wired my first total piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and push the fridge back, pull the wires in a little, and then it should be ready to hook up to my 12-volt fuse box. Okay, so as you can see, the wires are coming right here from out under my bed. The idea is to have the wires kind of run on the back side of this 2x4 and come down on the side with the fuse box. So I'm just gonna kind of tape them up so that I know where they're gonna go, and eventually I'll secure them with, I don't know, not sure yet. Okay, just went inside to grab my wire cutters. The dogs also wanted to visit me in here, so when you hear those loud, obnoxious breaths, there's Frankie right there, Ruby. So let's cut these. And I have my 14 to 16 gauge studs, so I will strip these wires, attach the studs, tape it up, and then it's ready to go. Voila! Now that I have both of my wires with their studs on them, I think it's time to hook it up and get the fridge running. Oh my gosh. This is coming together way too fast. Like, I have to mentally prepare myself to think that, like, my van's almost finished. Like, it's scary. Time to turn on the battery, turn on the solar panels. And I don't know if the fridge is just like on and ready to go. Fingers crossed if it works, because if not, other than pressing an on button, I don't know what would be wrong. I forgot the fuse, so that's what wouldn't work. Okay, where did I put all the fuses? Now we're ready to see if it works. Power's back on. Solar's back on. I thought it was my fan running, but it's the fridge. We're about to let these dogs out because they're aggravating. Go. Do you hear it? I think it's working. So fridge is done. Next up is the electrical to my gray water valve. So I'm using a reverse polarity switch. Do I know what that means? Not really, but I watched YouTube on it, so I'm basically an expert. So there's 6 different little, what do you call these? There's 6 different little screw things on the back. I already pre-wired the wire that goes to the 12-volt fuse box, so I'm gonna go ahead and attach that right now. The wiring to the valve gets a little tricky. There's a pigtail, and I had to research what that was. I have a little picture that I already drew. This is what I'm gonna be going off of. Okay, both wires have their studs on them. Out of the 6 on the back of here, these are gonna be connecting to the middle. One set down. Now I have to do the valve and the pigtail. How do I do that? First of all, I have this like plastic tubing, and I have some space in the floor where the gray water drains, so this is going to go through that so the wires can connect and be protected. Am I going to be able to get the wires through this successfully? Yeah, so I don't know how to do this. I'll figure it out by the time I post this video, but if you have any tips, let me know. Okay, I think the wire is kind of strong enough to... Oh, no, we're still going. Still going. Still going. Oh, okay, we're stuck. Ah! I did it! Okay, wire's wired. Now, the trick that my friend Logan taught me last time I was wiring everything, once you put one thing through it, tie the other one through it and use that. So I'm gonna undo this black one and tape them together. Oh my, it hasn't gotten any better. Oh my God. Now the trick is untangling this. Oh, 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 there we go. Okay, got some more slack. Pull, pull, pull. Oh my gosh! And it's already out. Amazing. I need like 100 hands. Oh my gosh. Y'all. I am so stupid. Holy guacamole. This thing isn't even a full circle. It's split for you to just pop the wires in. And here I am trying to freaking weave them through. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this is a thing. Anyway, after all of that, I want to say my way was way better. All right, now putting this through. Wires are ready underneath. I think I'm gonna go and connect them together and then call it for this half of the day. It's starting to get a little hot and I haven't had breakfast yet. What time is it? It is almost 10 o'clock on a Saturday and I've gotten this much accomplished. I'm so productive. And then later today I will be able to do the switch. What? Okay, if you say so. Okay, I just wired this. The idea was for this black piece to cover it all the way to the pump, but these connectors are too large to fit in there, so I don't know what to do. As of now, it's hooked up, so check. Still have to do the inside part, but I'm calling it now that I've done this. Okay, I just pre-wired the wires for my water pump, which is going from the 12-volt fuse box through the cabinets, and the switch is going to be right here. So I only had enough wire to do that. I'll need to go get more 14 gauge wire to go from the switch back to the water pump, but it's pre-wired right now and kind of like set up, so it'll be a quick boop, 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 boop. Now the only thing that I can really do is the gray water pump. My problem is I can't get the plastic covering to fit over the wire. It fits over the wire, but it doesn't fit over the connections that I made. So I'm gonna try to figure that out and then finish hooking up the switch. I just thought of an idea. Instead of trying to shimmy this cover all the way down, I'm just gonna go use the extra and put it on the end. Why do I make things so hard? I'll never know. There has to be an easier way to do this. I know it. Please teach me. Somebody in the comments for future reference. Don't let me do this again. Please tell me how easy it is supposed to be to put this wire in this protector. Okay, I just used my scissors, and as I was trying to push it in, I kind of like pried it up with this. It's officially covered. I still have this connection not covered because it's too small, but as of right now, it's done. So it is time to figure out this drawing. This is not helping me as much as I thought it would. I have another drawing. Okie dokie. Yeah, that drawing is weird. Who drew that? So basically cut this and put both of them in that. Can both of these fit in here? I don't know. So then this is like this, and then coming off of it is going to be another one, and that's what's going to go to the other side. Oh, this is more complicated than I thought. Ugh, cut. I hope I did that right. Both go in here. Yeah, no, this is too small, so I need bigger studs. Do I have bigger studs? No, I don't. Before I start wiring the switch some more, I have to put the wires through this blue box first. So I'm gonna undo this, fix it back up, and then eventually when I'm done, I will be nail gunning this to here. Okay, now this goes onto the opposite side from that one. Perfect. Okay, so tomorrow when I'm gonna run to the hardware store, get some studs that are wider so both of the 18 augs can fit in each side, and it's going to pigtail together like this and go on the opposite side. So, taking a pause now. I made good progress though. Okay, so yesterday I didn't end up getting the supplies that I needed because at Tractor Supply, it was just like triple the price, and the little studs I needed came in a pack of like 20 and I only need like 2. But my hardware store was closed, but today they are open, so I'm going there right now to get the supplies I need and hopefully finish the electrical. While I was at Tractor Supply, I did get a different switch for my water pump. It's just a simple on-off instead of the reverse polarity with this 6 different studs, because I'm not sure if that's going to work for the water pump. I don't really know how it works, but that's what they used for the water valve, the tutorial I watched, so I'm going to use that for the water valve, for the gray water, and for the water pump just use my normal switch. First things first is I'm going to hook up the positive wire to my new switch that I got. It should be super simple because it is just 2 studs. I did have to buy some more 14 aug wire because I did not have enough to go all the way back. They did not have any red, so I got yellow. Doesn't matter the direction of the current when it comes to like on off attaching to here. I'm not sure. Hey Siri, call Trent.
Calling Trent.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wiring the off switch for water, just the 2. I'm just doing the connection. Doesn't matter the flow when it comes to the switch, or I guess it matter the flow ends, right?
Yeah, we should it's gonna turn in the direction before that's fine.
Okay, Trent overall said it doesn't matter, but then proceeded to tell me why it does matter. So the 12 volt fuse box side is gonna go to the off. Okay, before I hook up the switch, I'm going to try and pigtail these 2 together. So these were my 2 18 augs, and I didn't have a stud big enough to put these in one. So I'm using my 14 to 16 gauge studs to put on my 18 gauge wire. Hopefully this fits because I don't know what to do if it doesn't. Slide this on. Okay, I think it fits pretty well actually. And that is how you pigtail a wire. Now that I have both of my pigtails done, I'm going to attach it to the end of the switch right here. So the positive is on the left right here. So for the pigtail, it's going to go on the right side. This is such a mess back here. It looks like a squid or something. I think it's ready, so I'm going to go ahead and put the cover on it, and once I hook everything up, I'll put it on the fuse box and see if it actually works. But first, we're going to go ahead and put these studs on the switch for the water pump. Now that we have that done, it's time to hook up the final connection, which is the switch to the water pump. Easy peasy. Cut it, strip it, and now attach it. And we have our negative connection. So that means we have all of the connections, so it's time to hook it up to the 12 volt fuse box. Make sure it works. Ooh. I don't know why it wouldn't work, okay? I don't know, but I'm scared. Okay, I have all of the power turned off. Now it's time to hook it up to the 12 volt fuse box. Okay, the fuse box is all set up, so I'm going to turn the power back on and see if these switches work. It did something. Now I'm going to check if the gray water valve works. Okay, I just went down there and it's already open, so let's see if it closes by switching the switch. Okay, nothing happened. I don't know if it was open to begin with. I think it was closed. So that means it did something, but So something went wrong on this end. Okay, so water pump works, gray water valve does not work, or it did work, but it doesn't close. Was it open to begin with? I think it was open, so it worked at some point. But I'm calling it for the day. Me and my mom are going to Mississippi for a day or two, so I really needed to wrap this up this morning so we can get ready to leave. And I was hoping I have it fixed, but obviously it's not fixed. But I made good progress. Water pump works, gray water valve does not. Next step is to figure out this gray water valve and then fill up my water tank and actually see it in action. We're making progress. Okay, Trent and I are tinkering around in the van because we still don't know why my gray water valve is not working. We switched up the wires on the inside. Trent switched out the whole switch. Not sure what's going on. It's open and I could have swore it was closed before I did anything. Possibly at some point it just opened. Don't know how, don't know when. But Trent just got out the little tester to test the voltage to see if there's any power going to it because we have no idea why it's not working. All 6 pieces to the switch are reading voltage, so that can't be the problem. New update. The switch has power, we know that. So we're gonna go down to the valve and see what's the problem. The valve is closed. How did it close? When did it close? I have no idea. But it's closed up. But we can't open it again because I keep switching it. No clue. So the valve is getting power?
Mm-hmm. It's got power.
Should I try to switch the switch right now and see if you can see anything happening? All right, you ready?
Yeah. Nothing.
Nothing. Fabulous. So after going back and forth with it, we still really don't know what's going wrong. But then we checked the fuse blew. The valve smells a little funky. So I just ordered a new valve, unfortunately, another $40 valve. So waiting on that to come in. So obviously this video is going to be a little postponed, maybe I can still get some stuff done. But I really wanted it to be like all encompassing, all my plumbing, so. Okay, it is a new day and I ordered and received a new valve for my gray water tank. I also ordered some new and lower fuses for my 12-volt fuse box. So the lowest I had was 5 amps and the valve did not need that much, so I think I might have ruined the valve, hopefully, because that's the only solution we can think of. So I ordered a new one and we'll see if it works. Before I stress myself out with all the plumbing aspect of it, I'm just going to cut the wires right now and attach it before I attach the actual valve, just to make sure it's working so I don't waste my time. Just clip, clip, attach, attach. Cross your fingers, please. Okay, I just hooked up my new valve. Same exact way I did the last one, which there was no problem because it was registering current. The valve is currently closed. I'm making sure to make sure of that this time. I'm gonna go inside, switch out the fuse, and turn it on. The valve is open. I didn't even switch anything yet. Okay, so the valve's open, electricity's on. Now it's time to hop in the van, switch the switch, and this thing should close. Moment of truth. It's closed! Oh my gosh! I don't know what, nothing changed. Literally nothing changed. It's closed. I'm gonna hop in and out of the van a few more times and make sure this is working. Okay, now that I have my new valve ready and working, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the old one and go ahead and attach this one to the actual gray water tank. Okay, we officially have a working gray water valve. Okay, now's the time. I just hooked up my hose. It's time to turn it on, fill this tank up with some water, turn on the water pump, run the sink, see if everything works. So that would be the water tank, the plumbing, the water pump, the faucets, the drainage, the gray water tank and the gray water valve without any leaking. As I'm naming all of those parts, wow, that seems like a lot. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I have to run like 50 feet that way to turn on the hose. I'm going to leave the video running while this turns on in hopes that nothing goes crazy, but if it does, you'll see it. I'll see it later. It's filling up. It's going for it. I thought we had a cotton ball in the air tube to make sure nothing goes in there. So when I was gone, this must have like shot out. Okay, I'm literally sprinting right now. It's about halfway filled up. We're gonna go ahead and remove the hose and get this show on the road. I'm so nervous. The valves are open, okay. I'm so nervous. I think. Oh! Oh my God. Okay, what's going wrong already? Something's gone wrong, but it worked for a second. It worked for a second. It's another electrical mishap. The fuse blew. Oh, because I used 7.5. I was supposed to change that to 10. Okay, rightfully so it didn't work. Give me a second. Let me switch that out. Okay, well at least we know my fuses work. Try number 2. So we'll switch it back on. So far so good. We are running water! Oh my goodness! Okay, and the good news is that apparently the water pump's only loud when it's trying to pump air, which is not recommended, but the water pump, I said you can. Like, it's not gonna break it if you run it without water. Obviously, you shouldn't, but it's a lot quieter when it has water in it. Now we're gonna go below and see if my gray water will drain the water. Ooh. We got ourselves a working gray water tank. And so far, no leaks where they shouldn't be. Okay guys, so that wraps it for this video. I finally have functional plumbing and I think all of the electrical work is finished. It's been fun. I'll miss it. Won't miss the plumbing. But we have everything squared away functionally wise. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the next fan build where I'll be like cleaning stuff up and making those wires look a lot pretty and really putting the finishing touches so I can finish securing my bed, get those bed slats, get a mattress, and it's time to go. But until then, I think I have a vlog coming out soon. If you don't know and if you haven't followed, my sister's about to have her baby. So my next vlog is all about preparing for that. We threw her a shower, I helped organize the nursery, and I did her maternity picture. So that's all on my next vlog. And then will be a van build vlog, and then there'll be a baby, and I'm also going to be sharing some huge news with you guys, and I can't wait. So make sure you subscribe, and I will see you then.